Welcome to the Big Honey Sports Podcast. We are, taking a break from the studio today, doing it in our apartment.
Yes,
Actually, we don't have a studio.
this is our
This is
apartment.
our studio, the apartment. We have a new setup though. I think it'll look nicer for all the viewers out there. We had
Nice big logo.
a very difficult time setting this up today,
Yeah,
and
it
we're
was
not sure
pretty
why.
annoying.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was. But we're here. So we're here for now. Let's see if this cuts out randomly.
So what did you want to talk about today?
So we're going to be diving into Tom Brady. What exactly his contract details were, whether it's worth it or not for the Bucks. We'll
Because
get into,
because the last video we did right before he signed.
yeah, literally right
And
before.
we're doing this probably weekly as of right now, so
Yeah,
we did not break the news that he signed.
yeah. So then we'll talk. We're talking about older quarterbacks who switch their careers, or not their careers.
Switch
They're-
teams later in
yeah.
their career and how they did.
Way too early. Super Bowl predictions coming up. Way too early, considering we might not even have a Super Bowl. Too soon? Yeah, probably. And then, we're going to talk about Belichick Brady. Who's better in the dynamic duo? And finally, we'll wrap it up with some Broncos and our best free agency teams of the decade. Just kidding. Best free agency recap.
The decade.
Let's take a drink. Huh?
It's been a long day. It's 3:46. It's been a long day.
It has.
Hey,
Because we first had to we had to actually record, and that required the GoPro actually had battery life, which it didn't. And then there's just a plethora of things. That
yeah,
went
we
wrong.
were getting ready to record, and then we found out our camera was dead.
Yeah. So.
All right,
But
let's get into the topics.
Yes. So as it's been reported, this is old news now, but Tom Brady signed a $50 million contract, guaranteed. All the money in that contract's guaranteed, and there's $9 million of incentives included, in case they go to the playoffs, maybe win a Super Bowl. It's over 2 years. Did they overpay Tom Brady at this stage in his career?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So obviously you pay because of the name and all the accolades and all that. But at the end of it, is he we don't know what he's gonna be.
Yeah.
And so they paid a hefty price, but it's Tom Brady, so they get away with it. It's probably the right price tag.
It's also well deserved because Tom Brady's taken a variety of pay cuts.
Yeah,
in the
he's
past.
always taken less so the Patriots could do more.
Yeah, and now
And I don't get why more people don't take that approach. Because look what happened.
right.
Dude has 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah, so I think it's warranted at this. It's just his name alone is going to make him pretty valuable, and if they can afford it, why not? Give him the money, because
If you can-
if you're going to outbid everyone else, just outbid him.
That's what I'm saying. If you want Tom Brady, just pay the man.
Yeah. So they got him. Apparently, it sounds like the Chargers also had a identical contract they wanted to give, but he chose the Buccaneers in the NFC. Is there any hidden meaning but why he did that? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. me
He's
too.
in my humble opinion, he's dodging Drew Lock.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to face him twice a year. So
He's dodging a lot more than Drew Lock, but I think it's a really good idea by him because I think he knows his time in the AFC is up. He might still have a chance in the NFC, but
with Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes and Drew Lock,
there's a new
new age of quarterback, and it's gonna be tougher for him.
Yeah. So I think it was also just a business decision. Go to the NFC. What do you have to lose? So, he signs that. Now, let's get into some other quarterbacks that changed their neck of the woods late in their careers. We got the likes of Archie Manning, Donovan McNabb, Brett Favre, bunch of guys, Joe Montana, Namath, and Unitas, and Peyton Manning, of course. Among all those guys, okay, it's kind of weird. 2 of them went to the Vikings. It's like Vikings like to pick up. Actually, 3. 3 of them went to the Vikings. Manning, McNabb, and Favre all went to the Vikings. What is that like retirement city for the Vikings?
Kirk Cousins is well on his way there. So.
Yeah, he sucks. So, among all those quarterbacks that I just named, one of them has a Super Bowl to show for it. Our friend and dear colleague, Peyton Manning.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. Happy birthday, P Money.
Yeah. So he's the only one who's won a Super Bowl. Super Bowl 50, the Golden Super Bowl. Now.
So what are you getting at here?
Is Tom Brady going to be the second?
What success will he have in Tampa?
Of course, yes.
I'm just trying to think of the NFC as it stands right now. Obviously, you have Breeze in the same division.
It's still competitive. It's really competitive. Even in his own division, it's more competitive than the AFC.
See, and I'm kind of intrigued just because we have a Breeze-Brady matchup twice a year now. They're both old.
Not to mention you have Ryan as well. Matt Ryan can sling the ball.
And Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
That's going to be a weird division. It's going to be crazy.
So it's like, you think about it at the time, it's like Tom Brady chose to change conferences, but in doing so, he kind of went to a more competitive division.
He did.
And
he did.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
I'm just getting a look at the NFC and what I think. Honestly, what's stopping the Buccaneers from going to the Super Bowl?
I know, it's kind of scary when you think about it.
Seattle, maybe, with Russell Wilson. 49ers, I think, will take a step back. The Rams are not going to be good. The Cardinals got DeAndre Hopkins, but they're not going to be good.
They're a couple years out.
The Saints, within his own division. Maybe the Packers.
I don't think the Packers. I think the Packers are
and not a single team from the NFC East. So, like what?
Yeah, it's kind of correct, but it's going to obviously depend on his division. Like,
it's going
to give him.
It's going to depend on him.
Yeah. He's got some awesome weapons. Everyone talks about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but you got to remember Tom Brady likes his tight end too, and now he's got O.J. Howard, and that could be huge.
And Cameron Brate.
Yeah, and I think O.J. Howard I think he's really good. I think he's probably more crappy because he was playing with Jameis Winston for however long he was. So, does Tom Brady regress even more, or does he take a foot forward, I guess? Because last year he had a 60% completion percentage.
Okay.
Threw 4,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 8 picks.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So not a lot of touchdowns, but...
I didn't realize he threw 4,000 yards still. That's kind of weird.
I think he'll probably do some of the same. It's kind of annoying to me that he has not regressed.
You gonna drink some of your beer?
Huh?
You haven't drank any of your beer?
I literally just took a sip.
Really?
You can watch the film.
Okay.
I literally just took a sip.
I was watching that. I was reading that.
Yes. Keep your eyes up. My eyes are up here.
Okay.
We saw that drop off with Peyton Manning, like from year to year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that for Tom Brady, and it's not happening.
I know,
which is kind of annoying.
He just went to a team that's got, those weapons, man, they're going to be good. Our producer...
Your cat is so fat.
Yeah.
He's just sitting down.
He's watching us right now.
Just licking his fat.
Yeah, he's a fat ass. It's okay. He'll get there. He'll lose some weight.
So, yeah, anyway, Tom Brady to Tampa Bay.
I think I've said this for a long time in my life, but I think Tom Brady's a product of the system.
Okay.
Now, I understand that he had a pretty decent season with some pretty terrible wide receivers. But... And it's like now he's got even better weapons. But at some point he's going to fall off that cliff big time. And I would like to see that this year.
Well, I heard
but
that he could play more after his Tampa Bay 2-year contract. And I was like, stop. Like, please, for the love of God, this is a bad nightmare.
Yeah.
Just stop.
It's just I got to take back my words a little bit. I don't think Tom Brady's going to regress this year.
I don't think so.
Because he had a pretty good season, and he had terrible weapons.
As long as he has a decent arm still, he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Yeah, and they're going to... Bruce Arians is obviously going to tailor to his type of play.
Yeah. So you mentioned he was a system quarterback.
Yeah.
So are you saying that he's a product of, Bill Belichick?
Yes, I think he is.
So going into this season, who's going to have more success? Who's more likely to not only get to the Super Bowl again, but win one?
This season or from
here till the rest of Tom Brady's career?
Okay.
Who is more likely to get there? Okay, we'll do that. We'll do more likely to get there this season,
Okay.
and then more likely to overall just win another Super Bowl.
Okay. This season, it's going to be Tom Brady, I think.
Yeah, he will have a better chance
What have the
than the
Patriots
Patriots.
done?
They've gotten worse.
They've gotten a lot worse. They have Brian Hoyer. And they don't want to sign Cam Newton and James Winston are both available still. There's been no interest. So
It's kind of interesting that they're both. Well, Cam Newton just got released, but Jameis Winston still hasn't. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, he's going to go be a backup, it sounds like, to another team.
That
It
sucks.
doesn't sound like he's going to be starting.
That sucks.
After his 30 for 30 season.
Yeah, I mean, he got LASIK.
Yeah, he's got to show it off.
He went from the 30-30 club to 20/20 vision.
So this season, I'm going with Brady has the better chance to win.
Me as well.
Okay. Overall, rest of their careers, respectively,
To win a Super Bowl,
it's Belichick.
Brady.
Really? We have a little discontinuity there. Discontinuity. Okay, well, I'm going with Belichick because I think Belichick has a little bit of a, what do you call it, master plan in the works. Now, I'm not saying they're going to tank this year, but they might have an off-season on purpose where they just suck or they're mediocre at best.
For Trevor Lawrence. Is that
For
what you're
Trevor
getting at?
Lawrence, yes.
And here's the thing. They're not going to win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback.
They could.
So Tom Brady has, you think, how many more years?
3.
Hopefully 3 at the most.
God, please be 2, though.
At the most, he'll have like 3 more years, hopefully. In that time frame, I don't see the Patriots winning a Super Bowl.
I didn't really think about
I
it
see
that way,
Tom
but yeah.
Brady. If he's going to go this year, they might win it.
Exactly.
So I think Brady will win in others. I don't think either of them will. Hopefully, but out of the two, I think Brady's more likely to win one before Belichick wins another one.
Yeah, I'm tending to think that too now that you mentioned that aspect. That sucks really bad. You know what else is another, like, I think people are not looking at enough because it's Tom Brady that they signed? Their defense is pretty solid. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is pretty solid. They got really good linebackers, and I think
it's
they
all right.
sucked because Jameis Winston handed the ball 30 times to the other team the whole year. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. I just want Tom Brady to be done.
Yeah.
I was so happy he left New England,
it's awesome.
but like I'm still like upset now because
Yeah, he's still
like
got chances.
the fact that I heard he wants to like potentially play after his 2-year deal. It's like, bro, just go away.
Please do. But I'm so happy the Patriots are going to suck. It's going to be so awesome.
We'll see. That's just the overall system. So we'll see if they. I don't know. I feel like they could plug in anybody.
I sure hope not.
So here's my question for you:
Okay.
Who won the off season?
Yes.
Who had the best off season?
Well, quite frankly, and it's
Well,
like,
during free agency. Obviously, the off season's still going on, but at the start of
We'll have a
free
draft
agency,
recap.
yeah,
Yeah.
until from the start of free agency till now, what is it? March 25th.
I mean,
Who's had the best off season?
I don't want to be like a typical Broncos fan. I'm not going to say the Broncos had the best, but they had a pretty damn good offseason so far. The Buccaneers, again, they are like tied for second, probably, amongst. Because when you get Tom Brady, you're pretty much elevated immediately. So, and any team that would have gotten Tom Brady would have been elevated that quickly. Like the Chargers got him, would have been the same case. So it's just a matter of who got him. But I think the number one team to improve this offseason, it's going to be kind of weird, a little hot take here, is the Buffalo Bills. Okay, now hear me out. They already have an incredible defense. They got 4 more players on the defensive side. Josh Norman. Okay, he has got. What did you say? He has got some left in the tank, I think. And him opposite of Tre'Davious White is going to be pretty damn good, I think. Then they got a couple edge rushers, as if their passing attack, or their not passing attack, their pass rushing attack wasn't good enough. They got 3 more guys to help that out. And you take a look at the offensive side. They got a lineman, Quinton Spain, don't know his name, Quinton whatever. Offensive lineman, they kind of need help on that side. And they got Stephon Diggs, biggest move, I think, of their offseason, to compliment John Brown. I think it's going to be huge because Josh Allen has a cannon, and he's going to be good. He just needs that wide receiver. He's going to elevate him a little bit, and they got that guy. So who's your team?
You know I'm not a Josh Allen fan, so that hurts
I know.
to hear.
He hates Josh Allen.
I hate Josh Allen.
Just because he runs around, right?
And like he literally in that playoff game with a minute left pitched the ball.
Yeah, he did everything in his power.
You have a minute left. Anyway, I'm not going to get into too much into that. I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say the Denver Broncos.
I'm happy that you said that.
They have put together quietly a nice offseason. So they lost Chris Harris Jr. to the Chargers.
He's trash, washed.
He wants to get mossed by Cortland Sutton twice a year.
Breaking news?
Sorry, breaking news. Not really breaking, but the Pistons player Christian Wood that had COVID-19 has fully recovered.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah. So the Broncos lost Chris Harris. They also, it's interesting to me because nobody has signed Derek Wolfe or Shelby Harris yet.
Yep.
Which is kind of weird because I thought those guys would get paid. They had a good season. Derek Wolfe had his best year. He had like 7 sacks. Shelby Harris, monster. But the Broncos got AJ Bouye.
I think that's huge. I was going to say that. That's a huge. He's good.
They got Jarrell Casey for a 7th round draft
That
pick.
was a steal. My God.
Essentially,
It's kind of crazy how.
so they traded Andy Janovich, the fullback, to the Browns for a 7th round pick, and then flipped that for Jarrell Casey. The dude's made 5 straight Pro Bowls. Then you go out and you get Graham Glassnow or whatever, to shore up the offensive line.
And he's a veteran too, which helps.
And then you get Melvin Gordon. You signed Melvin Gordon, who had a down year last year, but we know what he's capable of. You pair him with Phillip Lindsay, 1-2 punch.
And then you got the likes of Noah Fant.
Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton. We still need another receiver. They might draft one.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
But then, the biggest acquisition, they signed a punter,
That's a good news.
which means Colby Wadman is out. Thank the heavens. We got Sam Martin from the Lions. So I think the Broncos quietly put together a very nice offseason.
They really did.
It's still, the verdict's still out to see how well they play, but I don't want to do it just yet, but I've been hard on John Elway.
Yeah.
This was a good offseason for John Elway. Now, like I said, we still have to see how they perform.
We also have to see how they draft.
Just have to see how they draft. So that's my pick, the Broncos for the offseason winners.
Okay, that's good. All right. We'll see what happens. I think the Broncos are easily a wild card team.
Yeah.
If they don't make the wild card or a playoff spot, it's going to be.
It's going to be a disappointment.
Yeah.
They went 4-1 with Drew Lock. They went from last place. When Drew Lock took over, they were in last place, finished in 2nd. So.
Yeah. What else we got to talk about?
What is your way too early Super Bowl prediction? Your matchup.
That's correct. And by the way, just to let you know, we are going to get so much better at everything because we are going to have graphics on here. So if you're getting tired of watching us, we have a giant screen for a reason. We're going to start utilizing it. We're going to have cool graphics. Just want to throw that little disclaimer out there.
We're working with someone that's going to help produce the show.
Awesome. And he's got a cool ass intro that we're also going to do.
Because right now it's just us, and we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, it took us 2 hours to get the GoPro set up.
Yeah, we'll see if this video gets uploaded.
Yeah, hopefully this is recording round. It says it's recording.
Hopefully this video will be uploaded at some point.
Yeah. So, way too early Super Bowl predictions. And I'm just going to say this because screw it. It's way too early, and you can just kind of say whoever the fuck.
Whoever the fluff you want.
Whoever you want. So my prediction is I'm going with the Saints. I think the Saints finally get to the Super Bowl after 3 years.
They just signed Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, yeah. It's a
So
big
Drew Brees has another weapon.
Yeah, as if they didn't have enough. So now they got that guy. I think the Saints win it in the NFC. I think Drew Brees shits on Tom Brady they go and destroy them twice. Tom Brady looks like a clown. Never should have signed there. Regardless.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about who you think they're gonna play.
Okay, yeah. And this is just kind of recency bias. Not really recency because he hasn't done shit.
Yeah, what has shown you that he's gonna get to a Super Bowl?
It is the Colts. Saints and Colts in the Super Bowl. 55, is it?
Phillip Rivers is not getting to a Super Bowl.
I'm just going to say he is because it's fun. I think the Colts maybe just pull out a crazy-ass season. And their defense is not too bad, not too shabby. They got DeForest Buckner now. That's huge. And their offensive line is also pretty damn good. So that's my prediction. Who's yours? Oh, also, if I had to predict who won that game, the Saints. Because, like you said, Phillip Rivers is never going to win a Super Bowl.
He's never going to get to a Super Bowl. My NFC team is tough.
Is it the more competitive division than... Is it not division? Is it more competitive than the AFC?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah. If I had to pick an NFC team today, right now, on March 25th, I don't know if I could. I'm going to go with...
Don't say the Buccaneers.
I'm not. I'm going to... Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Why?
Russell Wilson.
That's a good one.
As long as you have Russell Wilson, it doesn't care who's around him.
I think they signed Philip Dorsett, too.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Anyway, against the Chiefs.
You're saying the Chiefs are going to go back?
Who's stopping them?
Let's just talk about that for a second. Okay, so who's going to win that Super Bowl, though? Don't say it.
The Chiefs?
Don't say that. Back-to-back Super Bowl. I will be seriously pissed off if that happens.
Who's stopping them?
I know. Nobody. But here's the deal.
Sure as hell is not Lamar Jackson. Tom Brady's out of the AFC.
If you're a Chiefs, yeah, oh my God. I should have realized that a long time ago. Yeah, they don't have the Patriots anymore. They're the top seed now. They're the top dog.
They're the Patriots.
Don't say that.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
So, let's talk about this. Did the Chiefs have one of the easiest roads to the Super Bowl ever? Because let's talk about who they played. They got the first round bye. Then they had to play the Texans, and we all know what the Texans do.
Yeah, they did.
And then they played the Titans, and we all knew the Titans were ass and just somehow made it there. And then they played the 49ers, who have the only coach that's given up 20-point leads in consecutive Super Bowls.
I don't want to go too much into this, but yeah, they had a very easy road.
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't think the road's going to be as easy next year. Hopefully.
Who's stopping them?
The Ravens. Also, the Steelers could be a surprise team.
Did you see Ben Roethlisberger? Dude looks homeless.
Yeah, you showed me a picture.
That quarantine is getting to Ben Roethlisberger.
Who else is there in the AFC, though? The Texans are going to be not good.
Yeah, they lost DeAndre Hopkins.
They got David Johnson, who we don't even know who he is.
Did we tell them about our basketball hoops?
Oh, no, we didn't.
So as we're wrapping up here, I think we're pretty much done with our NFL coverage. We went to go play basketball at our park that we've been going to for like the last week.
It's a nice park.
It's a nice little park. We've been going there to
Not too many people.
shoot around. Not too many people. It's always just us. And I know we're not supposed to be outside and social distancing. We went today to go play basketball. Excuse me. And these monsters took the rims off of the hoofs. There were no rims. We couldn't play basketball.
We had some sick highlights, though.
So I hope everyone's staying safe out there.
I didn't miss a basket today.
COVID-19 is no joke, so everyone stay safe.
Yeah, we want to talk about that just briefly?
COVID-19?
What you're thinking about, like, is the NFL going to get screwed up with this?
I don't know. It sounds like they still want to have the draft at the same time, like the same dates. It's not going to be in Vegas anymore.
Yeah, baseball, who knows when that starts, who knows how long that goes, how many
Yeah,
games.
it kind of sucks.
And basketball. Any hot take on that? What do you think about a bracket style?
You want to know what my hot take is for the NBA? They cancel the season. Yeah.
That would suck.
I think it's gonna.
That'd be
I think it
devastating.
might get to that point.
Yeah, because you bring up a lot of good points, which is a lot of people are going to get injured.
You know, there's going to be
There's no control.
crazy amounts of injuries if they come back. I think. I think at the most extreme, it gets canceled, obviously, but I feel like that's a realistic thing that we should prepare for, is that it gets canceled. I don't want it to, but I think it could get to that point.
That'd be crazy. And then baseball, like,
Who knows when that starts? That was supposed to start tomorrow.
yeah, that's also depressing to think about. Anyways, we appreciate you following, subscribing, watching, listening to us. We're available on Spotify, iTunes, whatever, YouTube. You're all right there.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is going to get better. Okay, so please continue to watch the videos. Continue to like the videos. Because they're going to get better.
This has been another episode of Big Honey Sports.
I'm,
G-Rock and Big Sean, we're out.
My eyes started tearing up.